Hi there, it's Theresa from Theresa Holistic Tarot, and this is the monthly reading for Cancer. So let's get started. And before I do, if I can just remind you that if you're enjoying these little videos I'm putting on YouTube, please can you give me a like, a subscribe, and a share if possible, and help me to get my message out a little bit more. Okay, so let's just clear the energy. Angels, spirits, guides, what do Cancerians need to learn or to pay attention to in this coming month, please? So cards for Cancer, cards for Cancerians. Okay, so I'll take 3 energy cards and then we'll get the ball rolling. So, first energy card is Door to Spirit. That's a lovely card. I think I've got my cards upside down. Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, and Door to Romance. Okay, I wonder if you can see those okay. Hopefully you can. So Door to Spirit is very much about being more and more drawn to spiritual matters, maybe oracle cards, being interested in the spirit world, angels, readings, anything like that. It's really that which supports you. It's got nothing to do with religion, so let's make that clear. Nothing to do with religion. It's about making yourself be aware that there's something greater in the world other than just us, and that's about, and also kindness and how we all interact with each other. So Door to Personal Healing and Happiness is open. So something is about to take place that will give you some respite. It can be the end of a health issue or the easing of a health issue, but it can actually mean that peace of mind after a period of turbulence or being unsettled or fearful or things just going not right. Door to Romance is open. As a standalone card, it can mean if you're single, opportunity coming in. It's a lovely card actually. It really is quite romantic. And so there's somebody there or prospects there for you. If you are already in a relationship, it can mean you might need to bring some romance back in again. And somebody else, one of the other signs had this, and when you've been with somebody for a long time and life takes over, jobs take over, kids take over, cooking, shopping, all the usual humdrum, romance can certainly go out the window. But this is a little reminder, and we'll see what else the tarot say, but it's a reminder that what drew you together in the first place is still valid, and make a little bit of time for each other. So for singles, somebody's coming in, and for committed, then it's time to put a little bit of effort in. Okay, so angels, spirits, guides, let's have some clarifiers, please, for Cancerians for January 2022. So let's have a look. So my first 3 cards are for Door to Spirit, and there we have the 2 of Cups, beautiful card, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Now I'm wondering why we're not really seeing as much. Okay, I don't know what I've adjusted on there, but I've touched something and it's not to pot. Okay, Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. 3 cards for that, please. We've got the Hierophant, 7 of Cups, and we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Door to Romance, we've got the 3 of Cups. Wow, the 4 of Wands and the Hangman. Now I'm going to tell you the first, the center, and the 9th card, because the positions of those are quite important to me in a reading, because they really have got a substantial influence. Although the rest I will tell you, and we'll put them together for the story, and be aware. Just they've got more so this one, because it's like the overarching energy. Now, your first card out here is a beautiful card. It's the Two of Cups. So it can be the meeting your new partner, new relationship, and it can also be, actually, I've got some big cards here for relationships, to be perfectly honest. If I were to be completely neutral about it, it can also mean finding the right job, finding the right company for you, finding the right something that drives you on and really supports you, because this is about a meeting. This is a partnership. This is a plighting of troth, seeing each other, singing from the same hymn sheet, seeing each other at completely different levels and being completely in alignment. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I love it. So the Two of Cups there. In the middle, we have the Seven of Cups. So we're still on the emotions. We're still on the joy, the happiness. But this is about being aware of the choices that you may have to take. Now, these cups here, some of them have jewels, some of them have golds, but one has a snake and one has a little lizard. So they're saying that not everything may not be as it seems. Now, you can be moving from the 2 to the 7. So you might say this couple, say you take a job, say it's a partnership for a job, and then, but you didn't really do your homework or your research, and when you actually start the job, you feel quite overwhelmed. You didn't know that it involved all these different aspects of something, and it can feel quite overwhelming. So this is about literally, really, you must do your research, do your homework, make informed choices so that you avoid that feeling of being overwhelmed or out of your depth. Okay, now the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is saying to you, now this is quite a big energy in this particular reading. The Hanged Man is saying to you, look at things from a different perspective. He's come out in the row of door to romance. So have you got quite a fixed take on something? Are you looking at your romantic prospects and saying, oh, you know what, I'm just too fussy, I'll never find anyone? Because he's actually saying, you need to rethink something. You need to relook at something. You need to change your perspective to actually achieve what it is you want to achieve. Now, this is a big row here, but I'll come to it in a second, because part of your spiritual awareness and the growth is also realizing how you impact upon other people. Now, I've got the Knight of Wands here. So the Knight of Wands, that's a Virgo energy. So you may have, it may be you yourself. Oh no, you can't. This is Cancer. What am I saying? So this can be somebody else, or you may have to adapt the attributes and the energy of this particular knight. Knight of Pentacles is very grounded. He's earth energy. Normally, he's Capricorn. What else is he? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Yeah. And so these different energies either around you coming in may have an impact upon you. Now, they can impact upon you in, for example, job, career, maybe an offer. Now, there's an offer coming in for you, and it can be either a different role, a different job, something that will benefit you financially, something that will see you put another little foot higher on that ladder, something that gives you more stability, more security, more sense of achievement. So this is if this were a job or a new company, it looks really fantastic. It's like you're really taking the right choice. You've made the right decision, because this is about consolidating your career. Very much about, but it's combined with passion. So you also would love what you're doing. It's not just doing it for the money and the security and the pension and everything else that goes with it. This is about, wow, I've always wanted to do this. This excites me. It floats my boat. I'm energized. So really lovely pairing there. So how it's linked with spirit is about acceptance. Accept others, accept people, be tolerant, and be aware of your own worth, what you're bringing to the table, because there's nothing false about acknowledging what you're good at. That is good energy. We need to be able to be aware of what we're bringing to a partnership, because you've got something to offer, and these cards recognize it, and they will make you an offer. So there's definitely an offer career-wise to do with money. So it can be a new role, or it can be a promotion, or it can be something that is going to contribute to your career and your sense of security and stability, which is excellent. Now we've got the Hierophant. Now normally he can indicate many things. He stands for the legal system. He stands for the police. He stands for the hospitals. He stands for the NHS. He's about, conforming, but he's also about big organisations. So he's come out with the two of. It's a funny one actually when I get these two together. These two together can indicate betrothal, and he can now could be the person that marries them. So he can indicate marriage because he's about tradition, conforming. So people get it, and doing the legal side of things, and maybe doing the church wedding as well. In a career setting, he could be somebody that sees the potential and is going to teach you and mentor you and support you and promote you and guide you. So whether it's a personal card in as much as relationship, or it's still there's still great cards to have in different areas. What I am seeing here under Daughter Romance, we've got the Three of Cups. So we've got the Two of Cups. We're moving from there to, we're going to celebrate now, and celebrate with my friends. Not the biggest celebration, it could be my close friends who are happy for me. It can be a sense of community, so it can be celebrating with work colleagues as well. But because it's also come out with this one and this one, I would say very much, because I often laugh when I get this card and say to people, or ladies, you're going on a hen night. This can be like the hen night. So there we have the marriage. The Four of Wands is the new beginning. So if you're into symbology, there's 1, 1, 1, 1. So new beginnings, new start. But it really does look like a wedding card, doesn't it? But some people will say to me, but I don't want to get married. So it doesn't actually have to be a formal wedding. It can be moving in together, but it's about commitment. It's about public commitment. It's about telling families we're together, we're moving in together. But he would indicate that it would be marriage or doing things properly. Maybe just because it's tradition, and maybe to please the family, to please your mum or whatever. But very much engagement, marriage, commitment, doing things legally in the cards for you Cancerians. So big cards. Now, why would you be getting the Hanged Man when you're getting all these good cards? You may be one of the people that would have said to me, I have always said I will never get married because I watched my parents, or I watched other people, and I just don't want to go down that route. And he would be saying to you, have a little think about that again, because it doesn't mean it's cast in stone because other people's marriages went wrong, for example. But he's asking you for something in connection with romance, love, marriage, commitment. He's asking you to think again. Check your thinking, think again. And he would very much be saying that if you're at the moment, you're not in a great place and you're saying to yourself, oh, it's never going to come right for me. I'm never going to meet anyone. And I would be saying, as a reader, are you having a laugh? We've got the meeting, we've got betrothal, we've got celebration, we've got marriage, we've got somebody that's going to do the marriage. There's the potential in your cards for healing, happiness, romantic love is just massive. Absolutely massive. Okay, so last but not least, the Four of Pentacles. Now, this can be a little bit of the skinflint card of the deck. I don't personally view this card like that. I always look at this card as long-term thinking and planning. Yes, he is holding down the pentacles because he's grounded, he's thinking ahead. He's going to be careful with money, but he's thinking ahead. So this card can often indicate when you're thinking, especially as you've got a big career offer here, you can be looking out for pension plans. You can be thinking, right, if I take that particular role, it will give me X amount more. I can actually go and apply for that mortgage. It's long-term planning and commitment financially, and really watching the pennies, because those pennies will, because you need them elsewhere. So it's not just a case of being mean, it's planning. So Cancer, you have got a major energy in your cards. So you're not going to meet somebody and get married, engaged, and you might do. Let me know if you do, but the likelihood would be it'd be a month. But you may meet someone this month. You're beginning to heal. This card can very much indicate you beginning to become at peace with yourself, and actually, because you've either been hurt before, you've been affected by somebody before, and you've needed that time out with yourself to spiritually heal, to actually get over something, to actually realize they're not all bad out there. Maybe it's time I started going out again. So there's that. I'm sort of feeling like a hump, believe it or not, like an energy, but you get over it, and then the door opens, and we've got romance coming in. We've got big romance coming in. So your next romance may be very, very significant. So interesting, eh? Right. So let's have, for Cancerians, please, Spirit, what do they need to be aware of? Now, these are soul cards. So this will give you what you need to be thinking of from a soul perspective. So let's have a look. Purpose. Do you know that's come out about 3 times? What is it? It must be because it's the beginning of the year and people are really being focused and intentional, and maybe making those New Year resolutions. I am determined that this time I'm going to whatever. But this card is a bigger card. It's more in line with spiritual. It's more about your life purpose. So although you may be doing a particular job and you love doing it, you might be aching to do something else. You may know that you're really empathic, that you'd be really good working as a counsellor, even though you're in a completely different role. So you may have to rethink how you can combine what you would love to do within your job setup or something like that. But it's being aware of what is driving you on a spiritual level. Love, I can't believe it, that one came out before as well. And yet I'm shuffling these cards and there's loads of them, as you can see, and I'm randomly selecting. So love is I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So you may be getting over a period or a person or something of hurt, of maybe feeling damaged, feeling attacked, feeling vulnerable, feeling let down, and beginning to realize I can't tar everyone with the same brush. That's not right. I'm beginning to relook things from the hanged man's perspective, and saying, no, I'm going to start going out again. I'm going to meet somebody. I'm going to give somebody a chance. I'm going to trust. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Okay, and that's a lovely card. So what have you accepted? Have you accepted that something hasn't worked out? Have you accepted that there's nothing you could have done that would have maybe changed that outcome? Have you accepted that's just the way that person is, always will be? So there's some, and have you accepted maybe that it was a necessary part of your learning and development? That although it might have hurt like hell, it also made you the person you are today. So Cancerians, have a deep think about recently and what you've come to a level of acceptance. Now I'm just going to use these enchanted map cards now from Colette Baron Reid. They're very new to me, so I'm just beginning to incorporate them into my readings, but they're so pretty. Right, Angel Spirits, guys, let's have 3 enchanted map cards, please. Okay. Stuck in the mud. But do you remember I said to you about hump? And I feel that you're getting over it. So this is a card when I do feel that I'm not moving on. I really am feeling stuck. Now I've got all this massive energy coming in. That is how you might be feeling right this minute when you watch this video. But I'm telling you, you will not be staying there. And storm fields. So storm fields can be external circumstances which come in and maybe force you out your comfort zone. It can also be a little bit of advice or a little bit of warning. And I would say to you, don't knee-jerk reaction anything. Just when something happens, just go away, be quiet, calm your mind and say, okay, how am I going to move on from this? Because this is opportunity, because it means something maybe gets swept away in the storm that wasn't built solidly. So how do you move on from that? Do you rebuild on top of the existing foundations and make it strong, or do you level it all together and start again, or go somewhere else? So you're being asked to think and really respond as opposed to reacting, but you'll be shifted out of that comfort zone. And we've got commitment. So you have commitment coming in. So there's a level of commitment. This can often be about marriage and relationships and partnerships, which are all indicated here. How far are you prepared to go? What level of commitment are you prepared to give? So it can be for a job, it can be for a company, it can be for on a career level. So again, it's about assessing where this feels right to you. And this is a general reading, so you need to, what is hitting home or what isn't, and take what does. That's the important part. So how far, not how far you're prepared to go, what you're prepared to give. Now you're going to be challenged at some point. You're going to get way taken out of your comfort zone. So where you've been stuck, and this, I'm actually hoping that this doesn't happen in a way, because it's a bit of a storm in a teacup. But the universe has got a great way of bringing these storms in to force us into action. Because if you're feeling stuck, but you're also feeling lethargic, you cannot envisage making change or seeing your way out of a situation, the universe will help you. So it can still be external, out of your control, but it depends. It depends if you actually start taking the action, whether the storm will hit or not. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, Cancerians. I think you've got a really cracking reading. Lots of love, marriage, lots of love, partnership, commitment, relationships, doing things traditionally, conventionally. So therefore marriage, as opposed to just living together. So lots of potential in January. It's the new beginning. There's a lot coming in. But be aware, act in love. Try not to harbour any anger or resentment or malice about the past, or how someone's maybe treated you. It's all part and parcel of your learning and your personal development and your spiritual growth. Okay, I hope that made sense. See you for February. Bye. And please don't forget to subscribe. This is like watching paint dry, watching the viewers go up. Okay, take care. Bye.